And I'm Doug Llewellyn here in our studios in Los Angeles with our guest today, who is someone you may well recognize. She is the founder of the Quantum Success Coaching Academy, which is headquartered in Las Vegas. Her name is Christy Whitman. She's the founder and CEO of the Academy. Christy, it's a delight to have you with us today. I know many people are very familiar with your name. You know, I love your story, and I love what you had to explain to William Shatner. I mean, not only have you put together this extraordinary academy, this coaching academy, and coaching has become such a big profession for so many people in this country. It really is almost surprising it's gotten that successful. But in addition to that, you're the author of 3 very best-selling books. But I know it all didn't start out this way. How did it begin for you? Explain that briefly for me.
Well, I was in corporate America. I was in sales and marketing, and I did fairly well. I was making good money by today's standards, but I just felt like there was something missing. I felt like the things that I was selling and the way I was going about creating in the world was not living on my purpose. I felt there was something missing. And I had my first book literally come through me, and when I got it published, I started speaking in bookstores, and people started asking me about coaching. And my frame of reference at that point was like a football coach, a cheerleading coach. So I said, I don't know about life coaching, but give me a call and I'll walk you through my processes. And I did, and they started having major transformation. So lo and behold, I realized that this is actually an industry in which people can make money and make a thriving living doing. And when I did it, I felt so alive. Complete contrast from how I felt in my corporate America pharmaceutical sales jobs. So every time I would get on a call and I'd see someone creating amazing success for themselves, it did something in my soul, and it made me want to do it more.
So then you decided to become a coach yourself.
I did. I went and got my own training.
These clients persuaded you to coach me.
Yes,
You coach me. I want you to coach me.
Yes.
And you did.
Yeah. Well, they actually...
you had to get certified, right?
Yes. I got certified. I'm a master certified coach.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
And then you went into business as a coach.
I did.
So how take me from the business of being a coach yourself, and you got out of the corporate arena, right?
Yes.
You're coaching full time.
Right.
Enjoying it.
Yes,
loving your life. And then you decided to actually form this coaching academy, which is designed, folks, to teach other people how to be coaches. How did that happen?
Well, literally in a week's time, I had 4 different people ask me to coach them the way I coach. And I said, well, the first person that asked me, she said, I want you to coach me. I want you to certify me to do exactly what you do, because I had a very unique way of coaching. And because it's based on universal laws, it gets results. It's proven, it's repeatable, it's trackable, the whole thing. And I said, well, I don't do that, but I'll send you to where I got my certification. And she was adamant. Vanessa was like, no, I want you to certify me to do what you do. So I just don't do that. 2 other people at a workshop the next night came up to me, independent of each other, didn't know each other, and said, I would love to do what you do. Can you teach me and certify me to do what you do? And I said, I don't do this. I don't have a certification program. And the next day I thought, okay, I've had 3 people this week alone, and it's only Wednesday, tell me they want me to certify them. So if I was gonna do that, what would I do? And I put pen to paper, and the information, just the structure, everything came out on this piece of paper, and I was like, that's an amazing program. And as I was thinking about I was coaching the next day a client named Evelyn, and she said, Christy, I just had this huge awareness about what I want to do. I've got such clarity. And I said, what, Evelyn? And she goes, I want to do what you do. I want to change people's lives. I want to help them live on purpose and have more joy in their lives. I want to be a coach, and I want you to certify me. And I said, well, Evelyn, I happen to be in the process of creating a certification program. And she goes, I will be the first person that signs up for your program. And she was.
And that's how it came about?
And that's how it came about in 2008.
I must ask you how these certification programs start and begin. There are several. There are a lot of them out there. Some of them are like weekend certification programs, right?
Unfortunately,
and you don't recommend those at all?
I don't, because coaching, you are influencing someone's life. You are directing them back to themselves if you're coaching properly in the way I do it and train coaches how to do it. You're not giving advice, and it's a process, and you need to know what to do, what to say, what not to say. And you need to get feedback, and experience, especially in the field of coaching, is critical. And so within the Coaching Academy, the QSCA, we have a 12-month program, and during that time, you are getting feedback on each of your coaching sessions so that you're able to take that feedback and implement it. If you go off for a weekend and you're learning from someone how to become a coach, there's no implementation, there's no skill set that's being developed within the coach. For me, when I was creating the program, it was a huge integrity issue, because I knew that I didn't learn to become a coach in a weekend. It took skill, it took training, and it took me practicing with clients and learning from each and every session that I did.
Well, I know one of the things you talk about that makes your program unique is that you refer to the universal laws. What are you talking about?
Well, the universal laws are laws like when you think of gravity, right? You throw up a ball, we know that it's going to come down. This is something that all of us agree. It doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman, or if you live in Canada or the United States. Well, we have universal laws. Many years ago, The Secret came out and talked about the law of attraction. Law of attraction is just one of these universal laws. So I like to think of that as like a boomerang. What you send out comes back. We are energy towers. We are energy transmitters. I mean, Albert Einstein himself said everything in the universe is energy. So as we are sending out our thoughts, thinking thoughts, having a certain perspective, we have beliefs, the things that we say, the action steps that we do, all will create a vibrational resonance, and we will receive more of the same people, situations, circumstances, money, lack of money, opportunities, lack of opportunities, depending on where we are vibrationally. So the law of attraction works for every single person. They're universal. So when we think higher, more positive thoughts, we receive more positive, happy things to feel good about. That's another way. So the law of deliberate creation is the second of the universal laws, and that is that we, because being the energy broadcasters, we get to choose what our thoughts are. We get to actually choose what our emotions are. We can choose to get upset about something or not get upset about something. Right. And when you choose the higher appreciation, gratitude, love, excitement, those are the highest vibrations in the universe. Instead of sadness, disempowerment, boredom, anger, those are the lower vibrations. We get to choose those. So that's the law of deliberate creation, is that we are the deliberate creators. We get to be deliberate creators. Okay. Then there's the law of allowing, and the law of allowing is that of least action or least resistance. So meaning that you get to be you, I get to be me. And when I am not judging or criticizing you or wanting you to be different, I could just sit back and allow you to be who you are. I feel good and expanded in myself. The moment I start to judge, the moment I start to criticize you, there's a constriction that happens, because the source within us is always in alignment with those higher vibrations, with love.
So there are 7 of those laws, and it's your coaching philosophy is really wrapped all around those.
Absolutely.
I'm inclined to ask you, number one, when you went to see a coach yourself, did it change you?
Absolutely, absolutely. I have most of the success that I've had is because of the coaches and mentors I've had along the way. I believe so much in coaching because I know what it has done for me. So I believe in the value of having a coach. And I know that most of the successful people that we have, whether it's Steve Jobs, before he passed, or Oprah Winfrey, or, and name anybody that's achieved great success. Even Tony Robbins himself has a mentor. And it's because, when we are living our lives, we're in tunnel vision. We can only come from our perspective. And when you have someone that can really ask you questions, that's coming from the vision of the best for you, they give you total vision. They open up your mind.
The other thing is, are you teaching people how to be a life coach, or are these people who can coach someone in how to get a better job, how to improve their family relationships, or so many other areas that people get coaches for? What about this program?
Well, my whole business, again, is on universal laws, and so universal laws will apply to anything. So anyone coming in as a coach, I've had people that are, coaching kids. I have people that came through the Coaching Academy that are helping people that are doing adoption, people that are working with animals, people that are in...
It covers the gamut then.
Yes, because they're universal. They work for every situation, whether someone wants to lose weight, make more money, find an ideal partner, whatever it is.
And tell me how many coaches you've trained so far.
Over 3,000.
3,000? Since when did you start this?
2008.
Look at that.
Yeah.
What a phenomenal record.
You know, it's an amazing feeling because I can coach someone
Yeah.
and I have that impact that it makes on them and their life.
Yeah.
But the moment I coach someone and then they coach someone, it's such a ripple effect that it's really rewarding.
I need to point, this is such a fascinating story. This is one of your best-selling books. So let me put it down here and get a shot of this. This is Christy Whitman's latest book, Living It All. You really can live it all. That's what it's about, isn't it?
You can really have it all, absolutely. But we have to define what that means for ourselves because there's a big debate. Men are never told you can't have it all.
Right.
Just women are told
Right.
women can't have it all. And that's the assumption that having it all is having the husband, the kids, the job, which I have that.
Yeah, yeah.
But that's not every woman's definition of having it all. We have to give ourselves permission to ask, what would I love in the area of all the aspects of my life, my body, finances,
And
career?
that's what the book is about.
Yeah.
Another bestseller from Christy. Christy, I love your story. I think it's,
you.
congratulations for what you've been
Thank
able
you
to do,
so much.
really.
Thank you,
It's
Doug.
been a delight having you here.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Okay.
Honored.